Welcome to Leading the Follower with your host, Rebecca Benston. Good morning. It's me, Rebecca Benston, with Leading the Follower, and I'm here once again. It's Friday. Thank God. I have, but this week really needed the Friday. Just feels like it's been all over the place, kind of crazy, kind of hectic at times, but also just filled with things I needed to do and ideas that I wanted to work with and everything. So it's just been a very busy week mentally. So I hope you've had a good week and that you're heading into the weekend ready to recharge and get yourself ready for another set of challenges, whatever those may be. I just want to remind you to stop in at the Higher Ground Books and Media shop and check out our new releases. We have a really cute children's book by Ron Isaacs that is Midnight the Holy Cow. I think you'll enjoy that. It's very cute. And that's available for pre-order right now, but will probably be available by the end of the weekend on paperback. So you can go ahead and pre-order your copy, or you can pick it up for Kindle right now. You can also pick up the audio version of Bloom by Robin Stone if you are looking for some good fiction, some good suspenseful drama. It's a good story about whether or not we should trust our memories when we've been through a trauma. But it's a fictional story, so don't worry. It's not meant to freak anybody out, but it's a good thought-provoking book, if I do say so myself. But I would really appreciate it if you purchase any of the books in our shop or any of our audiobooks through Amazon or Audible or any of the places where those are offered. If you would leave us a review, let us know how we're doing. We like to hear your feedback and apply that to our future projects so that we can get things out there that are going to be helpful or entertaining or empowering for you. And as always, I hope that you will join our website and become a site member so that you can participate in our forum and leave us prayer requests and praise reports. We would love to see what's going on with you and pray for you if you need it. I know we all need it, probably a lot more than we acknowledge. So get in on that and become a part of the Higher Ground Books and Media community. So today, as I said, I've had so much on my mind this week that settling on one topic to talk about is a little difficult. I really am still not sure, as I sit here ready to talk to you, what I want to talk about. I've just been thinking about all the milestones that we've reached over the 10 years that we've been in business, we being Higher Ground Books and Media. And I really have so many things that I want to accomplish with Higher Ground so that, the purpose that I set out to fulfill when I started this, so that I actually do something within that purpose. And it's difficult because a lot of times our purpose looks so big to us, and it really might only be one aspect of the thing that we're trying so hard to accomplish. I have a tendency to dream really, really big and think about, every possible aspect of what I do and how it could reach here, and here. And then I become paralyzed by all of the different things that I want to accomplish. And I can't focus on just one because they're all equally important to me. So what do you do in that situation where you have multiple things that you're passionate about that you want to see come to fruition, and you can't pick which one. It's like picking your favorite child, how do you determine where to put your energy and where to put your resources, and what to focus on without feeling like you're leaving something undone that is equally important? It can be very difficult to prioritize those things when you're an entrepreneur, or a parent, obviously. But in looking at it, I started to kind of make a list of all the things that God has been speaking into my life over the last several months, several years, in preparation for this 10-year mark. To me, it's significant. To him, I think he's got a much broader range of actions in mind for me. But I'm focused on meeting this 10-year milestone, and I want desperately to do something significant. But he's telling me this is just, another year of business that you're doing. This is, another set of steps that you need to take so that you can be prepared for the next level. And we're not there yet. And sadly, I wanted to hear him say, this is where it's going to take off. This is where things are going to go. And you're ready for your big breakthrough. But he's not saying that to me right now. He's saying to me, it's time for you to continue learning in this particular area, because I need you to build this up so that you can advance toward this goal that I have for you. And some of the things that you've been working on, you'll carry forward with you, and some you'll leave behind. And it may look like a complete and total restructure of everything you've been working toward, but sometimes that's how you have to approach the things that God gives you to accomplish. So I've been really struggling with that this past week, just kind of looking at goal setting and how, this is the plan as I see it, but that's always a mistake, as you already know. We can't make our plans. God already has our plans made for us, and we have to fit into those instead of fitting him into our plan. And I learned that over and over, every single day. No matter what I have planned for a day, it never goes the way that I anticipate it. It never goes the way that I envision it, because my vision is so limited by all the boundaries that I set for myself. God doesn't have boundaries for me. God knows that he created me to be able to do so much more than what I can even imagine that I can do. And I think that God hopes for each of us to get to a place where we realize that we are so much more capable than we give ourselves credit for. And many of us will never reach that point because we get stuck in these limiting cycles and these limiting beliefs that keep us in this one little corner, plugging away until we see the result we think we need to see before we expand out and do anything else. So I'm trying very hard to broaden my horizons. I've been listening to some courses all week long. There was a really great 4-day summit that was free that I got in on, and it was talking about all sorts of empowering things like public speaking and how to project your image and things like that. A lot of good motivational things that I needed to hear. And as we got into each of the topics, I listen while I work, so it's I don't participate in anything, and it's nice to have it playing, and I can pick up little bits and pieces while I am doing other things. But there was so much good information in this summit, and I could not believe this was all being offered for free. This was a really neat grouping of speakers that was offered, and I would encourage anyone next year to go. I'm hoping that she has one of these every year, to this Art of Influence Summit. It was really, really good. And I'll try to remember to put details for that in the notes for this show, if I can get the platform to cooperate with me. I've been having to make modifications to the way that I put all my notes in because I'm doing it on the phone app instead of the computer where I used to do it. Yet another thing that didn't go as planned every single time I've tried to do it. So, but anyway, I've been learning a lot about different topics. It's been just really one of the most impressive things that I've attended. And I went to one last week as well that was really good, and it was filled with lots of free tools that I could use to help grow my business, and I'm still sorting through all of the good stuff that I got there. So, I mean, we talked about storytelling, which you would think as a writer I would be somewhat decent at that, but it's not as easy as you think to get up and tell a story about the different things that you do, the different things you experience. And the lady laid it all out, and she was really, really a good speaker, very motivational, and I'm looking forward to listening to the replay on that. And some of the other topics too, about creating confidence and achieving personal significance and things like that. It was just a very, very good set of things for me to listen to at this point in my life. The funny thing is, I'm not quite sure where it came from, that it just popped up in my email one day that they were having this summit. And this is kind of how God works with me. If there's something in particular that he wants me to learn, inevitably I will find some kind of a flyer or email, or I'll get something in a message from somebody that is like, hey, did you know about this? Or, come and check this out, or here's this resource. And I'll pick it up, and I'll start reading through it. And sure enough, there's something in there that I'm supposed to understand. There's something that resonates with me at that particular time. And so I know that because it was a 10-year anniversary for me with the publishing company, I had an expectation that 10 years was going to mean something extremely substantial, and that there would be some big thing that was going to happen. But in reality, I think I'm still in a period of learning and sorting and, trying to harvest some things that have been growing for a while. But that's not the whole crop of things that I'm supposed to get out there. So, I'm just going through all sorts of cycles here with the different things that I'm working on. And I know that it will all come together when it's time, when God says it's time. But it's very hard to sit back and know that significance that you've been working toward is not there yet, and that you've been working on it for so long, and it's not time for it yet. So I'm wondering, I know I can't be the only person out there who's dealing with this. Have you ever worked toward a goal and, thought it was time for that goal to be met, and you get so far down the road only to find that there was a whole set of things that you still needed to do before you could finish that accomplishment? Has anybody ever experienced that? Are you experiencing that now? I would love it if you would share that in the comments of this episode, or you can even send me an email at highergroundbooksandmedia@gmail.com. I would just love to hear from you, and try to maybe answer that in Monday's episode if I can. Just kind of speak to any of the things that I get back in email or whatever. If I can get some participation, it would be wonderful. I would love to have a little bit more engagement with the people who stop by to listen. But that's the thing. Does that mean you stop going? You stop working on the things that you're working on because it's not time for that to be successful? Well, no, obviously not. You can't just give up on it because you've done all this work and it's still not done yet. God will let you know when it is time to give up, or surrender a certain thing. Like if you're completely beating a dead horse, He has ways of telling you when it's time to disentangle, when it's time to move on from that thing and go toward the next thing. It could be that in all of these years that I've been doing this writing and publishing, that there were other things that I was supposed to learn along the way that I will at some point master, and none of this stuff will carry through to the next level that I go toward. I don't know. I don't know how long He'll have me in this chair, in this space, but I intend to stay here until He tells me to move. But I also want to learn the things He wants me to learn so that I can progress to the next level with Him. And I trust Him to show me when and where and how that can happen. So I hope that you are in a similar spot in terms of how you trust God. If you're not, just know that, He's gotten you this far, and whatever challenges you're still struggling with, He does have a plan for you to overcome those. You have to be open to His plan over yours, and you have to let Him work in your life so that you can advance. So with that, I'm going to end here, and I hope that you have a wonderful weekend and that you have some time to think about where you're at and where your plan is going, if you're going according to His plan or yours, and how that's working. And please do leave a comment if you can. Let me know how you're doing and maybe how we can help with some of the episodes that we put out later on. Have a great weekend, and God bless. Thanks for stopping by. Be sure to check out our website and blog. The blog is at www.leading-the-follower.com. Thanks and God bless.